Today, I'll show you how to recreate this cinematic swirl blur effect inside After Effects. You may have seen a similar look in the TV series Shogun, where the subject remains relatively sharp while the background becomes soft, distorted, and almost appears to rotate around the center of the frame. Before we start, let's quickly understand why this look happens in real cameras. One of its earliest and most famous examples is the Petzval portrait lens, designed by mathematician Joseph Petzval in 1840. Early photographic lenses were extremely slow, so Petzval created a much faster 4-element design specifically for portrait photography. The lens produced a sharp center, but its focus plane curved toward the edges. This field curvature, combined with vignetting and elliptical edge bokeh, made the background appear to swirl around the subject. Modern lenses usually correct these optical aberrations, but vintage and specialty cinema lenses preserve them for a more organic and dreamlike image. For this tutorial, we'll use Tilt and Progressive Blur, a free plugin by What Studio. You can download it using the link in the description. To install it, simply drag the plugin file into your After Effects plugins folder. After that, restart After Effects, and the effect should appear in the Effects and Presets panel. Inside After Effects, create a new composition and add your footage. Next, create an adjustment layer above it. Open the Effects and Presets panel, search for Tilt Blur, and apply it to the adjustment layer. Inside the effect controls, change the blur type to radial or swirl blur. You should now see a circular focus area in the composition panel. Increase its size until the circle covers most of the screen. We want the main subject to remain inside the sharper central area, while the effect gradually becomes stronger toward the edges. Now increase the blur amount. You usually don't need an extreme value. Something around 3 to 5 can already create a convincing result, depending on the resolution and movement in your footage. You can also move the center of the effect so it follows the position of your subject. And even with these basic settings, the shot already looks much more cinematic. But right now, the blur is still affecting the image in a fairly flat way. The real trick is to make the effect react to the depth of the scene. Duplicate the original footage. On this duplicate, apply Depth Scanner to generate a depth map. The exact result will depend on your shot, so use curves or levels to increase the contrast. Our goal is to create a mostly black and white image that clearly separates the foreground subject from the background. White areas will reveal the layer, while black areas will hide it. Duplicate the original footage one more time and place this clean copy above everything else. Now set its track matte to use the depth map layer as a Luma matte. Make sure you select Luma matte rather than Alpha matte, because the mask is based on the brightness values of the depth map. The clean footage should now remain visible over the foreground subject, while the tilt blur effect stays mostly in the background. This small detail makes the result feel much more believable. Instead of applying one uniform blur across the entire frame, we preserve the subject and create a stronger sense of optical depth. Finally, I'll add one more adjustment layer for color correction. I'll slightly reduce the highlights, add some contrast, soften the colors, and introduce a subtle warm tone. You can also add a small amount of grain, chromatic aberration, or vignette, but keep these effects subtle. The swirl blur should support the footage rather than completely overpower it. And here is the final result. So that's how you can create a cinematic swirl blur inspired by Petzval lenses. Try it with portraits, nature footage, historical scenes, or any shot where you want to create a more dreamlike and cinematic atmosphere. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.